Friends and allies of former President Noynoy Aquino paid their respects to their deceased leader last night. His remains were brought home by his family following his cremation. Ateneo de Manila University will be hosting the public viewing of Pinoy's remains from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. today. President Duterte thanked his predecessor and offered a moment of silence for former President Aquino. After Ninoy Aquino died, Cory Aquino became president. And after Cory Aquino died, Noynoy Aquino became president. Now that Pinoy has passed away, the public asks, how will this affect next year's elections? And celebrities also mourn the death of former President Noynoy Aquino. The nation continues to mourn the death of former President Benigno Simeon Noynoy Aquino III. I'm Charles Lejano, and this is the special coverage, One News Now. Colleagues and friends of former President Benigno Noynoy Aquino III paid tribute following the announcement of his death on Thursday. JC Cosico with the story.
Prominent figures in Philippine politics close to former President Ninoy Aquino arrived one after another at Heritage Port in Taguig. Former DSWD Chief Dinky Soliman, a member of Pinoy's cabinet, paid tribute to the former president who had expressly requested to keep his illness private.
Sana ating kilalanin ang kanyang mga nagawa, ang kanyang mga nabigay para sa kanyang mga boss. At ang kanyang palagay kong isang bit-bit na sama ng loob, nakita niya na ang karamihan na sana ay napaunlad pa para ang buhay ng Pilipino ay gumanda pa, ay nawala o unti-unting nilagas.
Senators Risa Ontiveros and Franklin Drilon, his allies in the Liberal Party, are confident that Aquino's clean leadership will forever be etched in the country's history.
Kapag naisulat na yung buong kasaysayan, sigurado ko ang magiging timbang ay naging isa siya sa pinakamabuting presidente sa ating kasaysayan mula nung People Power Revolution.
I am certain that history will recognize the role played by the Aquino family with Senator Ninoy, President Cory, and Pinoy. The role played by the Aquino family in molding our country to where it is today. I remember Pinoy and his very simple ways, very person who had a big heart. And I had the distinct honor of being able to work with the mother, President Cory, in her cabinet, and with Pinoy when I was the Senate President. And together, we crafted a number of legislation which made significant impact on our country. The economy improved tremendously during his time. The unemployment rates went down. We were respected in the community of nations, and there were the country fared well under his leadership.
Senator Joel Villanueva also expressed his gratitude to the former president, saying that if it were not for Pinoy, there would have been no testament and he wouldn't have become a senator.
Hindi siya pangulo o mentor o kaibigan lang. Siya po isang kapatid at siguro kung merong most selfless public servant award na ibibigay sa mga lingkod bayan, siguro si Pangulong Noy yung number one na may isip natin.
Meanwhile, former Vice President Jejomar Binay, Aquino's vice president and yet a no-political opponent of Pinoy, set aside their differences and past disagreements and said those did not diminish their family's ties.
Naalala mo yung bata pa siya? Totoy pa yan, makilala ko. Short pads pa yata, sino yung makita? Lagi natutulog sa sahig. Walang hilig sa kanya. Walang hilig sa katre.
Any
Pinoy's youngest sister, Chris Aquino, expressed her appreciation to all who gave their condolences to the family.
Maraming salamat kay Presidente Duterte dun sa kanyang nararamdaman namin na sinseridad na pagkokondol sa pamilya namin. Thank you kay Executive Secretary Medjaldea dahil he offered us everything that we wanted.
Due to the current pandemic, the usual rites for former Philippine presidents may not be possible for Pinoy. But his family says it's understandable, especially since they do not want to start a super spreader event.
Under normal circumstances, Noy served in Congress, Noy served in the Senate, and he could have been lying in state in Malacanang. But nire-respeto namin na hindi pa lahat ng tao sa Pilipinas ay nababakunahan.
Chris Aquino also admitted that she and her brother have reconciled after months of disagreement.
God blessed me because we made our peace May 18. But that is private. And I would like to keep that for myself. But I am so grateful na binigay yun sa akin. At nagpapasalamat ako na napatawad ako at minahal ako. And to the end, ang tinuring niya sa akin ay ako yung kanyang bunso.
At around 9 p.m. on Thursday, Pinoy's family brought his ashes home. There will be a public viewing today from 10 a.m. until 10 p.m. at the Church of the Jesu in Ateneo de Manila University. And tomorrow will be the former president's burial at the same resting place of his parents, the faces of People Power, former President Cory Aquino and former Senator Ninoy Aquino. For News 5, JC Cosico, We Are One News.
Let's check in on Justine Punsalang, who is now reporting to us live from Ateneo de Manila University as they prepare for the public viewing of the ashes of former President Noynoy Aquino. Justine, good morning. Could you give us the situation there?
Charles, preparations are already being made here in Ateneo de Manila University, where the ashes of former President Noynoy Aquino will be held a public viewing later. The guards on duty said that last night, yellow and black ribbons were tied on the fences of the campus as a sign of mourning for the ex-president's passing. They also said that by 11 p.m. on Thursday, flowers were already delivered to the Church of the Jesu inside the Ateneo campus. Flower deliveries continued this morning as the gate 3 opened up at 4 a.m. In a Twitter post, Pinoy's nephew and ex-Senator Bam Aquino said that they will be holding a private arrival honors here in Ateneo at 9:30 later. At 9:45 a.m. meanwhile, people who wish to pay last respects to Pinoy may start to line up. And at 10 a.m., the public viewing will start. In a Facebook post, Ateneo announced that only 140 people will be allowed inside the Church of the Jesu following the physical distancing protocol. Other health protocols will also be strictly implemented, particularly the wearing of face masks and face shields. On the other hand, for those who cannot make it to the public viewing, Requiem Masses will be simultaneously aired on Ateneo's Facebook page. The Masses will be held at 10 and 8 p.m. today and at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Charles, for those who want them to pay respects to Pinoy's ashes, they may line up outside Gate 3, and the public viewing will be from 10 a.m. this morning until 10 p.m. The line is outside Gate 3 along Katipunan Avenue, and just behind me you can see that the supporters of the late president are already lining up, and their line has reached already Aurora Boulevard here in Quezon City. Charles?
Thanks for that, Justine. That was Justine Punsalang reporting live from Ateneo de Manila University. The Aquino sisters look back at the life of their only brother with fondness as they attested to his courage and strength while facing the many controversies that hounded his presidency. Here's the story.
Humihingi ho kami ng paumanhin.
At past 3 p.m. on Thursday, the Aquino siblings Balsi, Pinky, Viel, and Chris finally faced the media to officially announce the passing of their only brother and former President Benigno Simeon Aquino III.
It is with profound grief that on behalf of our family, I am confirming that our brother, Benigno Noynoy S. Aquino III, died peacefully in his sleep. His death certificate pronounced his death at 6:30 a.m. due to renal disease secondary to diabetes. No words can express how broken our hearts are and how long it will take for us to accept the reality that he is gone.
The sisters admitted that even before the pandemic, former President Aquino had already been frequenting the hospital due to several ailments, but he chose to keep his condition a private matter. In the same statement, the Aquino family also reflected on Noynoy's legacy as the second Aquino to lead the nation.
Kagaya ng serbisyong binigay niya sa bayan, hindi maingay, trabahong galing sa puso, dahil alam niya kayo ang boss niya. Kaya nga nakilala siya bilang si Pinoy dahil ayaw niyang maramdaman na dapat siyang bigyan ng kakaibang pansin. Hangarin niyang hindi mapahiya sa inyo dahil sa paghikayat na mahirap man, pero tama na sundin ang daan matuwid. Nagawa niya ang lahat ng yon.
The Aquino sisters also praised their brother for facing several controversies that marred his term. This included the death of the SAF-44 during the Mama Sapano clash, as well as the procurement and national rollout of the Dengvaxia vaccine.
Hinarap niya ang lahat ng investigasyon at akusasyon. Sandigan Bayan, November 2017, Senado noong December 2017, at Kongreso noong February 2018. Because when you enter public service, when you serve with honesty and dignity, and you know you have committed no crimes against the people, hindi ka matatakot magsabi ng totoo.
The bereaved family also took the opportunity to thank Pinoy's medical staff and every Filipino who voted for him, from his stints in Congress all the way to his term in Malacanang. At the end of the day, Balsi, Pinky, Viel, and Chris take comfort in the fact that their brother has finally reunited with their parents.
Mission accomplished, Kanoy. Be happy now with Dad and Mom. We love you and we are so blessed to have had the privilege to have had you as our brother. We will miss you forever, Noy.
For News 5, Greg Gregorio, we are One News.
Historically, the emotional outpour that followed the death of the Aquino family have greatly affected the succeeding election. But will former President Noynoy Aquino's death have the same effect? Mean Los Baños with a story.
It was August 21, 1983 when former Senator Ninoy Aquino died after being shot in the head when he arrived from exile at the Manila International Airport. His assassination outraged the opposition, eventually sparking the 1986 People Power Revolution. This ultimately ousted former dictator Ferdinand Marcos and placed Ninoy's wife Cory Aquino at the Malacanang. In 2009, former President Cory Aquino lost her life to cancer. Her death prompted calls for her only son, then Senator Noynoy Aquino, to run for president in a 2010 polls. Political analyst Dindo Manhit said the timing was perfect.
She was seen as the image of what government officials ought to be. At dun sumakay sa popularidad na yon si Pangulong Noynoy.
Is this a pattern in the country's political history when the death of a political figure spurs a relative's victory, like in the case of former DILG Secretary Jesse Robredo, husband of Vice President Leni Robredo?
Necropolitics.
Ano yun?
Oo. Ito yung yung phenomenon, the dead person has a good legacy. Nagra-rub off sa anyone from the family.
And with Pinoy's death happening before the 2022 polls, will his legacy rub off on the opposition? For Manhit, Aquino's good track record might have been diminished by misinformation post-presidency.
Yung achievement niya, pinalalabas pa, ay panahon naman ni Gloria Macapagal-Arroyo yun. Which is a great disservice to a good administration. No?
But with no Aquino to lead the opposition, political analyst Dennis Coronacion said the party can use the time to remind Filipinos of the Pinoy brand of politics.
Pwede nilang gamitin yung imahe, yung magandang imahe ni Pinoy. Oo, na they can tell the voters na kung ano man ang plataforma ng dating Pangulo, yun rin ang nais nilang sundan. So, if it's about clean government, no corruption.
What's clear for experts, now is not the time for the opposition to be silent. Reporting for News 5, Mean Los Baños, we are One News.
The untimely death of former President Aquino sent a ripple effect all the way down to the local entertainment industry. MJ Marfori talks about the celebrities who paid their respects to the late president.
The local showbiz industry also paid tribute to President Noynoy Aquino. Celebrity stylist Liz Uy, who reportedly dated Noynoy in the past, shared a photo of him in monochrome. Liz's caption, "Rest in peace," followed by a white heart emoji. Veteran broadcaster Corina Sanchez said Noynoy was gone too soon. Corina thanked him for the friendship and his service. Kapamilya's Bernadette Sembrano, an ex-girlfriend of his, recalled Noynoy's humility when they were still together. Shasha Padilla posted a photo of Pinoy conferring the National Artist Award on her late husband, Dolphy. Singer Gary V reminisced his unforgettable night with Pinoy during the sidelines of the 2015 Apex Summit. Pinoy supporter Ding Dong Dantes highlighted how the late president gave importance to the youth development. Meanwhile, Miss Universe Philippines Rabia Mateo recalled how Pinoy extended his kindness to her hometown, Iloilo.
It's heartbreaking to know that one of our presidents just passed away this morning. He had a lot of amazing projects, and I also want to commend him for also bringing a lot of opportunities in Iloilo City.
For News 5, MJ Marfori, we are One News.
And that's how the day is shaping up to be. Join us again later at 10 a.m. as we monitor the day's biggest stories from sunrise to sundown. You can also catch One News on Signal Play. Just register for a free account at www.signalplay.com so you can stream One News live anytime and anywhere. I'm Charles Lejano. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We are One News.